The poor and the middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. In order to be financially free, you have to be able to think smart. Today I'm going to be talking about a person who started from the ground up. And now he's worth over millions of dollars, and he teaches people financial education around the world. I'm going to elaborate on the mindset he had as a child, and his benefits of having a rich dad versus having a poor dad. And I'm also going to teach you about where he is right now. I'm actually a student in his education program, and I'm currently learning new strategies on being successful. I get my information mostly from Robert Kiyosaki online and from his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. What I'm about to share with you has really changed my life, and I hope that it can change yours. His mindset changed when he was 9 years old. He understood that if he really wanted to be successful, he needed to understand what it was to find opportunity. The first opportunity he found was while working at a local convenience store. The store manager was throwing old comics away, and he used these old comics to make a library and charged children 10 cents each to read the comics. His growth in financial wisdom allowed him to see opportunity that he would have otherwise overlooked. Since he seized this opportunity, he was able to understand what it was to really run a business. Now that we've looked at his mindset as a child, let us discuss the difference between a rich dad and a poor dad. Having a rich dad and a poor dad gave Robert the ability to compare and contrast the differences between the two. His rich dad didn't go to college, and he believed that the lack of money is the root of all evil. His poor dad went to college, got his doctorate, and believed that the love of money is the root of all evil. When his poor dad faced a problem monetarily, he asked himself, there's no way I can afford this. Why am I even looking at this item? When his rich dad had a problem monetarily, he told himself, how can I afford this? His rich dad left millions of dollars in assets to his family and to his church, while his poor dad left many bills unpaid. Now that we have covered the differences between his rich dad and poor dad, we can now look at where he is today. He is now the owner of over millions of dollars in assets in real estate, and now one of the best-selling authors in America. One of his books of which is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He teaches people around the world financial freedom by bringing people a new mindset and a new way of looking at financials. In closing, I'd like to say that this man has changed my life and the lives of many other people. Today we have heard the mindset he had as a child helped him seize the opportunity to start business at a young age. We are also able to compare and contrast the differences between having a rich dad versus having a poor dad, and see where he is now. His achievements were based on the knowledge that he gained while growing up. Looking at his life, we're able to understand how much of an advantage it is to be financially knowledgeable and spot hidden opportunities that make us rich. I hope that whatever path that we may take, we will learn to be successful.